a bunch of stuff we got at an estate auction today. Everything here, including the picnic table, I think we got changed from 50 bucks. So not too bad, and it wasn't too far from home. The coolest thing in all of it is this piston. This is out of some gigantic diesel engine. I mean, that's cool. We got this here box of nails. We got all these car parts, which I think are mostly used junk, but let's see. Yeah, that's somebody's old rotors off their shit box. Off their jalopy, sorry. Used axle probably. Yeah, from the same car. What do we got here? A distributor cap, I bet. Yeah, GM, junk. So this is a guy that used to put new parts on his car and keep the old parts in the new parts box. Yeah, see, look, a distributor cap with a broken tower. But hey, anyway, it's scrap metal. We don't care. It's all good. Let's see. A used hub, I bet. Yeah, oh, that's good. Yeah, let's keep that. We got this heater. People used to put these in their car to warm them up. That's just some wheel cylinder cups. I actually have an assortment of those. I'll put those away in there. Look, somebody's used brake pads. They're rear ones. And I bet these are their used front ones. Oh no, they're brand new. Or is it half a set? No, it's a full set. Oh no, they're used. Junk. We got the remains of a Holley carburetor kit. That's pretty cool. Lots of bits and pieces, a couple of accelerator pumps. Got this really nice OTC puller. This end of it takes bolts, right? So you can actually bolt this to a gear or something to pull it off. And for $1, I got this really nice old Sony auto reverse AM/FM cassette. We'll put that in our radio testing pile downstairs and see if it works. And we got this great picnic table. Needs a couple of carriage bolts put through it here and there, but all in all, it's a good table. And we got this here truck frame. This is a frame for a 39 to 47 Dodge truck. There's a whole great big long story about why I need this or wanted it and how that all came about. That's a story for another time. But the important thing is we got it. And it does have a few cracks and little bits of damage here, but it's not all scabs and rot. This is not from an Ontario truck. This thing is from out west. Here's some cool stuff we got at the local auction. This was a whole lot that came together. The only thing I really wanted was this nifty set of pliers that goes around a corner. I've never seen anything like that, and that will be very handy. And they're slip joint too. I mean, they go that big. Awesome. And I got this. This, it needs a little tightening up, but that's okay. This is for the old school battery terminals, and it's for spreading them because they get so scrunched up when you go to put them on a new battery, they won't go over the post. So you use that to spread them, and you could turn them like that and kind of clean them up. This here we got for our vintage camper, a set of vintage barbecue tools that have never been used, brand new in the package. That's too cool. This here, I don't build too many model cars anymore, therefore I don't buy too many model cars. But this is a kit I've been looking for quite a long time. This is Robert Yates Racing number 28 Thunderbird. This incarnation was driven by Davey Allison. But this car is a Hall of Fame on wheels. The 3 toughest guys that ever drove stock cars. And I'm not talking tough like Dale Earnhardt tough where you know, just tough on the racetrack. These guys were tough. Ricky Rudd taping his eyes open so he could drive a race car. Davey Allison, they have to pour him into the car to race. And Ernie Irvan, we all know that he was nearly killed at Pocono, and he crawled back into this car and won a race with it. This thing is awesome, and I can't wait to put this together and have it on my shelf. And then this here, we've been looking for a small jack for upstairs in the barn. It's a small jack, and I got it for cheap enough. The only question is, does it work. Oh, look at that. It goes up, diddy, up, up. Let's see if it goes down, diddy, down, down. Perfect. All in all, a good load of stuff. Here's another load of junk from a local auction. I got 3 grease guns for $3. Can't go wrong with that. The old grease guns, like everything else, are way better than the ones you buy today. I've got a few grease guns over in my grease gun cabinet. I gotta one day get them all out, get them all cleaned up, go through them all, pick the best ones, and unload the rest. The way the prices of things are, if 2 of those grease guns have pretty full tubes of grease in them, I made money on that deal, eh? Then we got this load of stuff here. We got an oil pressure gauge from some kind of a Ford. It's got a number on it. This is some pretty old stuff. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Got a number on the back. Distometer. Oh, we'll look it up and see what it's from. Here's an ashtray or something. Yeah, it's an ashtray from a very old car. It looks like it may be an accessory one that just flush mounts to your dash. Here we've got the remains of an old oil pump from something. Looks like some Ford stuff here. These are like Ford. These are like Ford valve retainers. What is this here? Ford V8 piston pin inserting and removing tool. Well, what do you know? That's pretty darn cool, I'd say. We'll have to figure out how that baby works. I also got these 2 old school vernier calipers for a couple of bucks. Just what caught my eye in the ad that I found very interesting. Look at that. This is vintage Soviet stuff. That's really cool. No telling how old these are, but it's just kind of an interesting thing. We also got this interesting looking bin of tools. Well, there's something good there already, a 15-inch steel ruler. I like this little tack hammer. That's pretty cool. That looks like it was made by a blacksmith, eh? And then there's a bunch of old screwdrivers. There's that. I don't even know what that is. Or this. Anybody have an idea what that could be? You have to let me know. And then there's a few great big old wrenches in here. Shelly. That's a Shelly wrench. What's this one? True. Hard to read it. Anyway, and 1 7/16 is it a gray wrench? Made in Canada is all it says. So there's a few little bits and pieces. That's an interesting. That's been specially modified to do a particular job. And you know me and my Fuller screwdrivers. Look, we'll just put this one right away with the other ones up there. Oh yeah, Fuller screwdrivers. Love them. Now we got this fan. This was going by and it had no bids on it and it was counting down. So I got it for $2. I have no idea if it works. It said untested. Pretty scary. It's a pretty big fan. It's like 3 feet tall. So anyway, let's plug it in and see what happens. First we're going to put on the fan, right? Well, look at that. It runs. It oscillates. Here's a bunch of stuff we got at a local auction. The oddest thing, 2 weeks ago my brother had to buy a new throttle body for his car, which has the same throttle body as our car. And what do you know? I got 2 of them at the auction. Now you can tell by the witness marks that these have been installed on engines. So they're probably returns or whatever, but I got a funny feeling that whoever installed these on their engines and thought they didn't work didn't know you have to there's a procedure you have to do to learn these to the car, or it runs like a bag of hammers. Anyway, we'll see. My brother knows how to do that, so I'll get him to test them. We also got this. I am endlessly looking for these little things. So we got a whole assortment of them. That's pretty cool. We got a whole stack of these little face shields. They just kind of go on with an elastic. Good for when you're using the power washer, the parts washer, etc. Here's 2 bits for a rotary hammer. I don't know if these fit the one I have, but we'll find out. They were cheap enough. These are the saw blades that I use around here. Awesome. And this is something I've been looking for a long time. It's the really long air chisel bit for reaching in. Sometimes the little short ones don't work. This here, beautiful Ultra Pro 60 tooth 1/2 inch drive swivel ratchet. This thing, if you could feel this ratchet, it's just beautiful. That's a nice tool. We got these. All 3 of them are the same, but they're nice heavy-duty gray extractors. We got an extended carbide burr. Always using those around here. This. A 1 5/16 deep impact socket 1/2 inch drive. That completes my set. And it's snap-on. I got this little piece of insulated vacuum hose. It's pretty cool. And we got a Western movie and a little wooden moose. Now here's a good score. I found this on a classified ad. It's a Kinetico Model 50 water softener. It's a little guy. But I got the whole thing with the salt bin and everything. This, of course, these tanks are different than ours, but the control head and all this stuff is the same. And it's got a really nice a Kinetico bypass valve on it too, which is a lot nicer than my homemade one. So I have to determine if I'm going to just keep this in one piece and stick it in a corner somewhere, or if I'm going to kind of, part it out and just keep the control head. We'll see. Here's a lot of stuff we got at a little auction up the road from us. All the stuff on this table for $24 and change. And that's 24 Canadian dollars, which is only like $18 of real money if you live in the United States. One thing we've been looking for, we've got a computer we're trying to put together, but we didn't have a monitor. I got that working HP Pavilion monitor for $2. You can't beat that. We got this. Is just a selection of different styles and thicknesses of old school alignment shims. These are handy for a lot more than alignments. You could use them sometimes if you're shimming body panels, or they just have a million uses. They're really handy things to have around. We got all these wrenches. These open-end wrenches. Unfortunately, it's a whole set, but it's missing one wrench. What are you going to do? But I was mostly interested in these 2 10-inch adjustables. These are handy. You just leave them everywhere, and there's always one within reach. We got this lot of solder. This is just your typical OD pipe solder. This is some old school radio solder, rosin core. And these are the old school soldering bars that you use with the old soldering irons that you would heat up with a torch. Kind of interesting. And then we got this box of miscellaneous stuff for a couple of bucks. There's a really nice high quality cord end, some eye bolts, and some liquid stitch for gluing your clothes back together. We'll see how that works out. And I got this. It was just called a lot of precision tools. So it came with this. Like, look at this. Look at this little hammer. It goes in here. It's a little kit, right? I'm going to put this downstairs with my hobby stuff. This would be perfect for my model making kit. And there's just a few little goodies in here. These 2 feeler gauges are her brand. Nice stuff. A really nice little set of Allen keys by Hunter Tools, made in USA. Look at that. And we got this little bit style screwdriver with all kinds of different bits to go in it. Oh, what the heck, it's fun. It's even got a little saw that goes in it. I mean, that's just too cool. So all in all, for 24 bucks, that was pretty good. Here's a couple of nifty things. I should have got one of these long ago. This is for those bloody rubber donut exhaust hangers that I always seem to be wrestling with. I usually just cut them and buy new ones. But hey, now we got the right tool to take them off. And this here is a set of big size deep impact sockets. They go from 1 3/8 up to 1 3/4, which is good because I've got in my box up to 1 5/16. So this is the rest of them. Here's some more auction loot. We got this whole box of picture frames for $2. Deb's always fooling around, putting stuff up, taking it down, shuffling stuff around. So she's always looking for picture frames. This is only about half of them. The other half of them were in pretty bad shape, so we're going to have to toss them. But hey, for $2, you can't go wrong. Then we got this here. It's a huge 6x3 foot Chrysler flag. That's awesome. I'm going to make a thing to go in my trailer hitch and put this on my car. Maybe. Then we got this stuff. A couple of old Chrysler sew-on patches are kind of neat. These things, they're just... That's an old cigarette tin, and this is some kind of sports game or something. I don't know what it is. This all came together. And I got this really cool gray... it's kind of like a speed wrench. You hold this part, and the T part of it spins. There was only one picture of it. I was kind of hoping it was 3/8 drive, but it's 1/2 inch drive. But it doesn't matter. We'll make some use of it around here. Well, you know me and car radios. I got this for $2. I don't know if it's new, used, what. Let's open it up and see what we got. So look at that. That's pretty cool. This thing is brand new. It's a new old stock in-dash AM/FM cassette with auto reverse. This thing would probably be from the late 70s or the early 80s. I can't wait. We'll get it. We'll get it. It looks like somebody's had it hooked up at some point, but I mean the faceplate. Look at it. It's never been used. Anyway, we'll get this downstairs on the bench and get it cranked up and see if it works. Now this thing is cool. This is an aftermarket cruise control kit. They used to sell these at Canadian Tire. People used to buy these and put them in their car. You can see here the regular price on it was $159.95, and that's like about 30 years ago, $159.95. That was a lot of money. And then somebody got it in the clearance bin for $119. I don't know if it's a complete kit, if it's for a specific car or what. Let's see what's in here. Made in USA. Holy moly. Look at that. So this is a brand new kit. I'll have to go through the instructions and see if I can figure out if it's brand specific or what. But I'm pretty sure these were pretty universal. That'll do it for another loader show and tell. And I probably won't be long till we have another one. There's always stuff coming and going around here. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope you'll come back and see what we're up to again next time. And until then, this is Kevin saying so long from the Claremont Classic Garage.